This week has been Marketing Pros deals. I cannot tell you how difficult it is to get these kind of recruitment deals across the line at a good level.
Mm-hmm. It's a good week though. Good active, like feel like you've done some shit week rather than you're just sitting there looking at your wall calendar.
It's
the biggest thing that has been the revelation this week is, we were very close to, we were building a good network in the capital space. And unfortunately, it's looking like what we thought we were building has been a complete sham.
We were fucked on about 5 where we had no one and we needed people this week.
When you say you needed people this week, why this week? Is that because the requirement will go away if you don't fulfill it?
We've just said we'll do it this week. So it can drift.
Expectation setting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a fucking lesson from you. There's nothing about recruitment. Take out, actually, pal. You're going to need to take out. I'm sorry about that.
Welcome to Founders Therapy Podcast with Doug and Rich.
Sorry, Rich. I changed the format at the 11th hour again on you, haven't I? Which means that you've had zero prep. I've also had zero prep because I just worked this out 2 minutes ago. If that's any consolation.
Yeah. This is essentially a recording for the world of you and I catching up with each other on what has gone well and not gone well, which, maybe might buy some nuggets for people, I guess. But yeah, you gave me 13 seconds.
And in 60 seconds, we're going to start with your week. Do you want to go first?
No, I want you to go first, unsurprisingly.
It's been a compressed week this week because on Friday, Noah has got her regional cross-country event, which is going to take up about 6 hours of my day. So 4 days to play with, 4.5 days to play with. This week has been Marketing Pros deals. I cannot tell you how difficult it is to get these kind of recruitment deals across the line at a good level. To get anyone in a role is like 3 out of 10 difficulty. To get the right person is really fucking hard. And we're running about live deals that are at the decision stage. We're about 10 at the moment. So I'm spending all my time chatting to candidates and I'm really trying to work out, is this person right for this company? Chatting to the companies, really trying to unpick what they actually want. And we're just trying to match that together. So I'm spending all my time this week speaking to people. But I have to say, I absolutely, genuinely enjoy it. It's one of the things I enjoy the most. Speaking to people, listening to what they want to do and just trying to match them with the right company. So I've spent all my day just fucking hacking on calls, trying to find great people, trying to work out where to put them.
Did you manage to pull it off?
Some we've pulled off, some are in the process of.
Mm-hmm. It's a good week though.
Off. Good
active, feel like you've done some shit week rather than you're just sitting there looking at your wall calendar.
It's been good. What's good about it, aside from getting the deals across the line, which I enjoyed doing, in the back of my mind, and it's not true, it's a fucking fantasy, I sort of see myself as a deal maker. I'm not, but I like the doing of deals.
Would you say that you see yourself as a rainmaker? Would you say that you make rain, or is that not really Doug's MO?
Like with the deals, it would be a fantasy. It would be an unreal fantasy. But the week has been. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's been good from the perspective of the deals, but also speaking to the candidates, speaking to the clients a lot is just massive for product. Just working out what the fuck this business needs to be, how we do the deals. And I know I've gone over my 60 seconds. Shall I continue?
Yeah, go. Yeah, when you're in the flow state, Doug.
Flow state, aren't I? Because we're doing 2 things that are projects that are sick. One, we have hired someone whose entire job, the only thing they do is layering AI into the business. So that
good.
That's fucking sick. And I'm 2 weeks into my journey. You got me there. In fact, you didn't get me there. You didn't sell it hard enough how good it was. But we've now got an AI person. Hiring someone to just layer AI into the business is going to be massive. It is already fucking massive. Love it. All right, Rich.
You're going to give me 60 seconds?
I am.
So it's from a from a wheat perspective, it's been ones of ups and downs. So we've got a lot of new opportunities coming in, which now we've got to work out how to have the people to be able to serve that. So we've got a little bit of a bottleneck, which Ben and I are working on, but good that the market is recovering, good that there's people that we can collaborate with. Marco, who is a part of our growth team, is moving on in a very positive way for him and for us. But still, we're going to be manned down a little bit until we recruit into that growth lead. So growth-wise, Mahara fine, we're ticking along nicely. Production ticking along nicely. The biggest thing that has been the revelation this week is, we were very close to we were building a good network in the capital space, and unfortunately, it's looking like what we thought we were building has been a complete sham, and definitely evidence came to light this week. And the people I've spoken to this week absolutely points to it's bigger than I could have ever possibly imagined, which we're going to do a dedicated pod on, aren't we?
That's 60 seconds. Can you just give us a little bit more on this massive sham? I know we're going to do a pod on it, but just so people get a flavour.
Yeah, so we are a venture studio. We have never gone out to raise capital before. It's not something we wanted to do. We've always bootstrapped. I've always wanted to have capital to be invested in the portcos that we generate. It's the portcos we create, of which there are 40 odd that we've built now. So we were looking, 2023, we started to have a few conversations around what it could look like.
A portco is a portfolio company, isn't it?
Portfolio company, yeah.
Fucking so something English for people.
Something that we invest in that then goes beyond Mahara, and then capital goes into it. It's like a startup, but we start it with the founders. So approached for capital, went through various, relationship developments, due diligence, all the rest of it looked pretty sweet. And to say it has fallen apart would be an understatement, but it's the breadth of what is coming to light and coming to me in hindsight. A national publication has already covered it, but is probably on the weaker side of life to what really is what I've been seeing and to what I've experienced. So, we're highly likely to do something on it, aren't we? But it's big enough. If the Financial Times looked at it, it's quite sizable, and we're bang at the centre of it. So I think we might have a breaking story on the pod. You never know. But no more on it yet, because I just want to make sure I get all of my ducks in a row and all of the evidence that I need before I decide which way to proceed. But I'm hoping it's not the case, but it's looking like it is the case.
All right. Let's save that for another day. Fuck up of the week.
Not a professional one. I'm slightly worried about selling my house and having bought it in the rapid COVID rush in 2020, 3 years ago, without doing an extensive structural survey. I've got no worries about the house. The house is solid, but I'm a bit like, how much is that going to cost me in 2025? Do structural surveys, people. I did a light one, but not like a full extensive one. I didn't hammer them on price because the market was murderous at the time. But ultimately, it's not going to be that much of a big thing. But I'd say the realization when I spoke to a survey company that most people take 5 to 10% off the property price, I'm like, oh shit, that could be significant because we're moving house soon, right? So I think that was definitely and Lindsay loves this because she always said, no, we've got to get a structural survey. I was like, if we do this, we might lose it. It was my call to not go full on it. I'm a little bit worried about that.
What do you mean? Why does it not? I don't understand why it looks 5% off the price.
Because people go, oh, you need a new roof. It's like, you don't need a new fucking roof. Oh, but my structural surveyor says you need a new roof. So what the game is, and we work with a business called Survey Shack, which is where got me thinking about this because I was presenting Survey Shack to Fuel Ventures as a VC because they were looking for deal flow. So Survey Shack is a company that we've been building with the founder, Brett. Basically allows you to go around your house, take a series of questions, photographs, all the rest of it, and then connects you with people that could estimate to see what your discount will be. And it could be like windows, it could be subsidence, it could be electrics, it could be a water tank, it could be all sorts of stuff like that. And what happens in the market is estate agents inflate the price knowing it's going to get knocked down. So there's this game of doing this. So Survey Shack want to basically go and say, my house is 525,000 and my pre-survey shows that it needs £10,000 worth of work and it's been priced accordingly. So let's not go through, fight on negotiation, and be one of the 53% of houses that always fall through. Because that's what happens. That's the piece I'm least looking forward to is, am I going to be dealing with someone that isn't responsible, that is going to pull out of a deal when we've got a chain? So I'm actually looking for a house that doesn't have a chain, that's chain free, because at least I know I might be able to negotiate with them to say, hold tight, we're not backing out, but we've got to sell this house here to kind of remove those impacts. But yeah, it was a bit of that was a fuck up bit, really.
We're going to move on to operator of the week in your business.
We have so many people are really buzzing at the minute. They really are. I don't see production as much as I really should. So it's hard for me to see. But the AI guys
happy, and you're going to fuck off everyone else in your business. This is potentially dangerous. Just be careful.
We are, like I say, we have so many people that are really flying at the minute. I am. Do you know the one that's making the biggest kind of like making me feel positive? It's it's a role on the individual. I mean, she's going to get a great shower here because she's going to watch this, aren't you, Taya? But she's joined in as the first marketer we've had in the company, and she's got the right mindset and the ethos of what we want with inside of the growth team. She's settled in really, really well, like really well. You know, you never quite know when you bring in new people how quickly it's going to settle into a small team. But she's done that. She takes ownership of stuff, and long may it continue. I think she's started really, really well. But she's going to watch this, of course. And we're probably going to use a bit of this content. So, Taya, there you go. Maybe we should put a post out on Mahara's LinkedIn about how well I think you're doing.
Okay, cool. Operator of the week for our businesses. So, Marketing Pro is going to go with Lexi. I've worked very closely with this week because she's kind of ground zero on a lot of these deals that I'm working on. Monday morning call. Fucked. We were fucked. We had nothing. We're just looking at these jobs, and we're like, there is no
US based
mix. That's a mix.
Oh, mix. Big company.
Again, a mix. Not massive. No, not.
Hi, my name's Doug. I want to pull the covers off interesting things and talk about the bits of the business. Where's this customer base? Can't tell you that, mate.
It's a fucking mix. There's different customers. It's multiple.
Oh, right.
Multiple customers.
I thought it was one deal.
No.
Right, okay.
It's fucking multiple deals, right? Some in the US.
How many?
UK.
How many?
We were fucked on about 5 where we had no one, and we needed people this week.
When you say you needed people this week, why this week? Is that because the requirement will go away if you don't fulfill it?
We've just said we'll do it this week. So it can drift.
Expectation setting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a fucking lesson from you. There's nothing about recruitment. Take out, actually, Cal. You're going to need to take out. I'm sorry about that. That's over the line, actually, in terms of YouTube will fucking
no, just block it. Just beep it. It's fine. Superb.
No,
you're right. I know nothing. I don't know a great deal about
it. There's nothing. But where we were, back to the point with Lexi, is like finding people is incredibly difficult. We use a ton of channels. We're using LinkedIn, we're using contacts, we're using networks, we're using Facebook groups, all sorts of shit. And the only way you do it is you just have to go, I'm just going to impose my will on this. I'm just going to make this happen. I'm just going to find this person, and I'm just going to chew every angle. And the only way you do it in recruitment is just brute, hardcore mentality and will, and you just smash doors down. And by Tuesday, close of play, we were looking, I mean, it's still ongoing, but we were looking way better. We'd found some people. We'd gone from, I was chatting to people last week, I was like, oh, this is going to be tough. To chat to people this week, super bleak. Chatting to people this week and being like, these are really good. Like, I would hire these people. And as you know, it's just hard to find these people. It's easy to find people that sound plausible. And that's the trap. They're credible. They sound all right. They can do some shit. But people that can really move the needle, particularly in marketing, very hard to find. And she's found them this week. And the way she's done it is just dark, brute force, whatever it takes kind of mentality. So Lexi, operator of the week.
Lexi's crushing it. Crushing it. It's good.
All right. Last one, Rich. Deal of the week. What have you done? Could be a deal, could be sales, could be
We haven't done the deal yet, but we are talking to a really, really bright and interesting founder duo in London. Got a great idea in the AI space. Very excited about it. I can't say too much about it yet because we haven't got it going yet. But I'm really excited about them because the both of them come from different verticals, different experiences, but their idea is spot on. They're approaching it from the correct way. They're really thinking like deeply about the impact this could have on the vertical they want to get into, how they're going to go and do it. They're very much thinking about it now, next, and future, which is how I want founders to think, about what they're going to step through. And hopefully, if we can come to, I want us to build the POC. I really think we're the right team to go and do that. And I think they're really interesting founders to go with. So I'm quite excited about that.
What does POC mean? Proof of concept?
Proof of concept. Yeah. Proof of concept.
Loves fucking some jargon, Danny. What have we had today? Can we get this up? We've had POC and we've had, what was it? Portco. A portco. I would say 1 in 100 people watching this would know what a portco is.
What about Topco?
I don't even know what it is.
Topco is like the studio that creates the portcos.
And then you do a POC with the fucking...
what about an MVP? We got loads. TPSS, Technical Problem Solving Sprint. TSD, Technical Solution Design. Anyway, goes on. Yeah, but that was what I was that's probably the most excited about. I'm obviously going to market to raise capital again soon. So I've been doing the positioning for what that fund will look like. Spoken to some people that can provide the fund in a box stuff or the SPVs, which would be interesting, special purpose vehicle. To kind of do that. So there's lots of great stuff going on. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty happy at the minute, to be honest.
It feels
we still get
to me,
smacked with stuff, but
it does feel to me like you've really kind of turned a little bit of a corner. Last year was obviously
fucking
you had
bleak.
the whole finance, all that shit, the fraud stuff, and then you had all the kind of internal wranglings and stuff. But this year it feels like you got pipeline, you got the right sort of people, stuff's being outputted, deals are happening. You seem way better, like more chilled. It all just feels like going in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, since October 23 to about September 24, that was brutal. Like gut-wrenchingly in the trenches, horrible. The struggle stuff, horrible. We are still working our way out of it because obviously we had some challenges last year financially, so we've got things to pay down to get out of that, which is really hurting our ability to grow. But we're working through it. We've got more opportunity than we can take on at the minute. And we haven't had that since late 2020. So it's nice to be in that position. We're at the forefront of where we need to be. So I feel confident about positioning. I'm excited about the growth into the States. We're looking to bring people into the growth team to kind of help us grow into the States more. Because let's be frank, the UK economy, particularly my side of it's dog shit. There's about as much optimism as there's no optimism. I can't even think of an analogy. So we're going to be looking at the States really. Thank you very much everybody for listening. This was a bit of a meander, a bit of a ramble from Douglas and I today. Are you a Douglas or a Doug? By the way, Chris.
You can go with it if you want, Doug.
With Douglas, go with anything, Doug. Right, so lovely, a lovely chat with Douglas and I. Like, subscribe, comment. We're just trying to refine everything we do, give a bit of insight into what we go through. But have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care.
Awesome.